Now let's go to the state of the economy. NOI polls last week released a new report on how Nigerians are coping with the downturn in economic fortunes. Joining us via Skype from Abuja is the NOI polls Chief Executive Officer, Bell Ihua. Good morning to you, sir, and thanks for coming through on the program to us this morning.
Thank you, boss. It's my pleasure.
Yes, a very interesting 7-page summary of this new report from your organization in partnership with Business Day Media. And the headline, the caption on this report says, Nigerians cut down expenses, adjust feeding patterns, and resort to prayers as economic situation worsens. What's the summary of this new report on the economy and how Nigerians are coping?
Yes, indeed. These were the major findings from a recent poll we conducted. But just to give you a bit of background into the poll, so we've been traveling across the country in the past 4 to 6 weeks, trying to get the feel from Nigerians on how they are feeling, their personal economy and all that. And we observed and saw some anecdotal evidences from the field of issues that have been happening. For example, a growing army of dependents in the country, begging on the increase, petty crimes on the increase, emergency taxi drivers, missing pots of soup, and stories of children being offered by their parents as collateral for food. So when we got back to the office from the field, we thought it's important to run something empirical, because these were just anecdotal evidences from various states. And from what we did, the poll we conducted, we found out that at least 2/3 of Nigerians say that their personal economy has worsened over time.
Yes, that's the summary. But how are Nigerians coping? Are some of the things that on the first page, on page 1 of your summary, is that cutting down household expenses and luxury items, enduring the situation, seeking the face of God in prayers, adjusting family feeding patterns, creating alternative sources of income?
Yes, indeed. So when we were asking them, so how have you been coping, with the current economic realities? And these were the findings they gave us. So we're cutting down on household expenses and luxury items, no more time to maybe do the extra movies or do the extra chocolates. So they're cutting down on all that. A large portion also say they are enduring the situation and looking at the face of God, seeking God's face in prayers. Then also we have those who say they've adjusted their feeding patterns. So in time past where they used to have 111, they're now having maybe 101 or 010, as it were. But they're also increasing cases of those creating alternative sources of income. So you have a gift, you have a talent that you could use to get some extra income, you need to deploy it. We've also seen an increase also in purchase of locally manufactured goods and BDS. And when I mean BDS, I'm talking about bed down select. So the number of people who are going now for fairly used items, second-hand items, has increased. But also, interestingly, we found that people are now looking into subsistence farming, farming in their backyards or their back gardens to provide some extra food to support the family. So these are some of the strategies, or these are some of the coping methods that Nigerians are putting in place, in the current reality.
Well, in terms of what they think the government should do moving forward, coping on one side, adjusting to the realities of austerity measures is one thing, but what do they expect from the government to do in the short to medium term to alleviate the current economic crunch?
Well, very, very good question. And we did ask them this question, and, a third of Nigerians thought that the economy was the major issue. The government needs to work hard to improve the economy. About 33% suggested that. Then we also had 15% who said massive investment in agriculture. The cost of food, products are going up at the moment, and people think that if government encourages or improves the economy so that people can invest in agriculture, in a short while, the price of food can come down. Then there are also Nigerians who think there should be control for price of goods and services, probably taking us back to the days of control boards.
For commodities control.
Yes, indeed. And we also have those who think that the pump price of petrol should come down because it's inflicting so much on them. It's leading to inflation. Cost of transport has gone up, cost of food, cost of rent, everything has gone up at the moment. Then there was also the big issue of paying workers salary arrears, especially in those states like Imo, like Bayelsa, like Osun, where they haven't been paid salaries for a few months. Nigerians are really saying, can we be paid our salaries? But something interesting which I'd like to point out finally is we had at least 4% who thought that the government should try to resolve the crisis in the Niger Delta region. To a large extent, the vandalization of pipelines have been affecting the revenue stream of the country for a while. Of course, prices are down, global oil prices are down, so it's double whammy negative effect on the country. So if that Niger Delta crisis can also be resolved, at least it ensures that no more pipelines are vandalized and we can have that consistent stream of income in spite of the global prices that are down.
We thank you for your time this morning, Monday, the 15th of August. Thanks for weighing in on this very important conversation at this time. Bell Ihua, the Managing Director, Chief Executive Officer at NOI Polls. That's pulled together by NOI Polls and Business Day Media, talking about how Nigerians are coping with the state of the economy.